State your name, your full name, and spell your last name. Detective Charles Capp, Shield 716, last name C-A-P-P. Detective, are you employed by the Orange County Police Department? Yes. For how long have you been so employed? 16 years. You indicated yesterday that you are in the Narcotics Division. Is that accurate? Okay. For how long? 12.5 years. Did there come a time in your life, Detective, that you had some contact with the plaintiff? Yes. Can you tell us the first contact that you had, or the first you learned of his or her, of him or he learned of your, well, whatever the circumstances were? The court. Do you object, counsel? Defendant's counsel. Objection to the form, Your Honor. The court. Objection sustained. Is that the first time? Yes, I had information. What information? That he was in charge of a boutique. Did it have a name? Yes. What? Sparkles. The court. Sparkles? The witness. Yes. And what about the boutique? He would sell it out of the boutique. If I understand you correctly, you went into the boutique and purchased some drugs from him? Yes. On how many occasions did you do this? On several. On several occasions? That is correct. And did you look similarly to the way that you look now? Yes, I didn't have a suit on and tie on, but I looked similar. The beard and the ponytail were because you wanted to look like a typical hippie from the 60s who would be likely to smoke pot? The court. Objection, Your Honor, as manifestly leading and suggestive. The court. I will allow it. Yes, whatever. In any event, at some point, did he get arrested? Yes. Was that by you or somebody else? By me. The court. When was he arrested, Detective? On May 11th, 2006. The court. Where? In the vicinity of the parking lot. The court. In 2006? The witness. Right. 2005, I think you said. Excuse me, I'm sorry, it was May 11th? May 11th, 2005, in the vicinity of the IHOP restaurant. Was he in the company of anyone? Yes. Who? His son. His son? He had a small infant with him at the time of his street arrest. I take it from that he was not arrested in the boutique? Defendant's counsel. I object, Your Honor. Leading, if Your Honor please. The court. The objection is overruled. No. Under what circumstances did you become aware that he and his small son would be in the vicinity of the International House of Pancakes? We had a telephone conversation. Before you arrested him, did he, in fact, sell you marijuana? Yes. By the way, on that occasion, did you have any backup, such as somebody shooting a videotape or a witness in a parked car or something of that nature? Yes. In any of the boutique sales, did you have any officers conducting a surveillance? Yes. It would be fair to say that when you arrested him, you had a pretty solid case against him. Defendant's counsel. I object as incompetent, Your Honor. The court. The objection is sustained. At some point, if I understand from what the other witness said, I don't know if approached is the right word, but he solicited the thought that he would cooperate with you and give information about other people? Yes. In exchange, hopefully, for going easier on him. Is that correct? Yes. Is that right? Yes. The court. Object. Do you object? Defendant's counsel. Objection, Your Honor. The court. Overruled. Yes. By the way, how was the initial request made by that person? Basically, we go over the options at the time of his arrest. You mean if he wants to cooperate? Yes. It is through the district attorney's office. So as to become, for example, a confidential informant? Something like that. When you say he initialed the thought or initiated the thought, this was after you told him of your availability vis-a-vis cooperating? Yes. At the time that you told this to him, were you aware of his previous run-ins with the law? Yes. Specifically, what were you aware of? He had been previously arrested for selling crack cocaine. When you say arrested, you know and I know the difference between an arrest and a conviction, so my question is, what previous convictions were you aware of? I wasn't aware of a conviction. Of what were you aware? I might have been aware at the time, but thinking back, I don't remember whether he did have a conviction. As you sit here now, are you aware of any prior convictions as opposed to arrests that he had in any way in May of 2005? Defendant's counsel, objection. The court, objection overruled. I believe that he had a specification of a conviction for the sale of a controlled substance. If I understand correctly, your best recollection is that while you knew that he had physically been arrested for that, you were not aware whether or not he was convicted? No.